The Red and Minor Taking Back Virginia tour just wrapped up here at the Waynesboro Library. The mother and daughter were held up in a tree for more than 30 days. They were protesting the Mountain Valley Pipeline.
My mother and I came down from our tree sits where we were protesting the Mountain Valley Pipeline on Saturday. And they cut our trees down on Sunday. And on Monday we hit the road to just spread the word about this pipeline and the dangers that are associated with it.
Minor Terry told the crowd she was grateful. She and her mother were not alone in their fight. She says with every tour stop, they have been greeted with enthusiastic supporters.
I am surprised and I am strengthened by it. I'm heartened by it. It's been amazing. There have been those in the direct path of this pipeline fighting it for close to 4 years, and then to have fresh blood and new ideas and those that understand the dangers to join us in this battle. It's been amazing. If I had known that it was going to be this busy on the ground, I probably would have just stayed up in the tree for a while. This has been an exhausting whirlwind tour. Actually, when I came down, I hadn't even seen my father yet, and somebody grabbed me by the shoulders and said, "You've got a speaking engagement on Wednesday." And I'm like, I'm trying really hard not to throw up on my feet. But it's in the 4 days, we've definitely had 15 different speaking engagements. It's been, whirlwind is the best word I've got for it.
Her mother, Teresa Terry, also known as Red, says she too is surprised by the large number of supporters she's met during the Red and Minor Taking Back Virginia tour.
I'm here to gather with like-minded people and let them know what liars MVP are, and to tell them how to help fix this.
I asked her how she felt about the excitement she and her daughter caused by staying in a Roanoke County treehouse for more than 30 days.
That I made a difference, and that's worth everything in the world.
She says they will not back down from fighting for their 3 acres on Bent Mountain. It has been in the family for 7 generations.
They haven't developed it. They haven't sold it. They haven't diced it up, cut it up. It's kind of like a wildlife haven. We feel like we're stewards of the land. We're there to babysit the land and make sure it makes it through without too much damage. And then this greedy company, we call it a cancer on the mountain, wants to come through and destroy everything. Wants to destroy our wildlife, our streams. They've already shaved our heads up there and cut my beautiful oak trees down. Do you know it takes 22 years for an oak tree to develop an acorn? I won't see these oaks this old again. Yeah, 100, 150 years old, 200-year-old oaks that they just dropped. There's a lot of trees that grow faster than the oaks, but the oaks are my babies because they feed the wildlife. But they had no problem dropping them and leaving them lay.
Red says she has a close-knit family. She and her husband have been married for nearly 34 years and have 3 children. Although her daughter Minor may appear to be shy, Red explained Minor can be just as feisty.
My daughter is very much like me. She just doesn't have my temper. And I educated the crap out of her. So she's got 2 majors and a minor there. So she's wonderful.
The environmental justice team of RISE sponsored the Minor and Red tour stop. Chanda McGuffin is a co-founder of RISE.
RISE is an organization that is a civic organization for uplifting and building up the African American community and dealing with issues that are plaguing our community and making changes, effective changes with legislation, with community organizing to build up the Black community. Today we are hosting Red Terry is doing a tour going through Virginia after she came down from her tree location last week, and she's coming around telling her story. So our environmental justice team has been really studying the Atlantic Coast Pipeline and how it's affecting the Union Hill community, which is 85% Black, and how the compressor station is going to be put there for the whole pipeline. One thing is I want changes to happen over at Union Hill, and I don't want that compressor station there. I don't want it disrupting slave graves. Some of them are unmarked slave graves. That land has been passed down from freed slaves through their family for generations, and they are going to disrupt that land. The land was given to them, and it should remain to them. They were given that land, and they should not have eminent domain called by.
Jennifer Lewis is the president and founder of Friends of Augusta. Lewis is also a congressional candidate for the 6th District.
My number one issue is the environment. It's been something I've been passionate about since about 5th grade. So protecting the environment, standing up for what's right has always been my passion. And we're not only talking about the environment, but we're also talking about private property rights as well. So when you have a for-profit corporation coming in and saying, we're going to take your land, and not only take your land, but we're going to put a dangerous, high-pressure, dirty fracked gas pipeline on it, it's just not right, in my opinion. So I've been fighting to not only stand up for the environment and to protect our water and our land and our air, but also private property rights.
I questioned Minor Terry about her thoughts on pipelines exploding.
I try not to. Most of my family tree would cease to exist if it does. So I try very hard not to think about that. But it's inevitable. It's one of the things that keeps you up at night. It's caused health issues in landowners all up and down the path of these pipelines. I believe that some gentleman actually passed away of a stroke caused by the stress of this pipeline. Not in my area, but it has happened.
In Waynesboro, Elaine Rackley for Breaking Through News.